Hello guys, welcome back to Sports Corner GH. My name is Adam. In today's video, we are going to talk about West Ham versus Bayern Leverkusen in the Europa League. West Ham are out of the Europa League and also Bayern Leverkusen have qualified and they are going to meet AS Roma. Also, Bayern Leverkusen have been able to maintain the unbeaten run this season. That game ended in the 1-1 draw. We're also going to talk about Mohammed Kudus' performance amongst many others live here on Sports Corner GH. So guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure to subscribe if you have already subscribed to it. Thank you very much and may God richly bless you. Quickly, let's jump into it and talk about my own analysis and also reaction towards the game. When the game started, we all know that Bayern Leverkusen had an advantage because they won the first leg by 2-0. They started scoring the goals around the 83rd minute in the first leg. So coming into the second leg, West Ham wanted to prove a point. One, they were playing at home. Two, the fans were in support of them. The stadium was full to the brim. So yes, the fans were in support of them. And in fact, West Ham did not disappoint in the first half. In fact, in the first 10 minutes, West Ham started on a high note, which was quite impressive. I mean, this season all through, this has been the best first half for West Ham. Best first half. And in fact, I'm going to blame Bayern Leverkusen because they were too naive. They underrated West Ham. You know the reason why? They did a lot of squad rotation. There were a lot of players who were, most of their key players who didn't start that game. So a lot of squad rotation affected that telepathy and compatibility of most of Bayern Leverkusen players, and it affected them in the first half. And after watching the game, what I said was the halftime actually saved Bayern Leverkusen. If it wasn't for halftime, I'm telling you, in that first half, Bayern Leverkusen should have considered about 2 or 3 goals. But then West Ham did not capitalize on the chances they were creating. Jarrod Bowen, yes, he gave an assist, but then he didn't capitalize on the chances. There were times he had some chances that, I felt like he should have scored those chances. Same for Mohammed Kudus, the same thing. And in the game, Mohammed Kudus, yes, he had his day, because when Kosunu was playing, when the defender was playing from the beginning of the match in the first half, he had advantage because the defender looked like today wasn't his day. He was giving the ball away. He wasn't defending well. But then Alonso looked at that very well and changed the defender in the first half. And I asked myself, how many coaches are going to make a substitution as that in the first half? Only a tactical coach, only a brave coach. Because I know me, my coach, Eric Ten Hag, no matter how bad a defender you are, he will keep you until like 60th minute. But Alonso looked at it. He noticed the problem as quickly as possible and changed the player as early as possible. So he brought in Tapsoba for Kosunu, and Tapsoba calmed down the defense for Bayern Leverkusen, which I felt was an excellent change to quench whatever firepower Mohammed Kudus and co were sending the way of, Kosunu. And I think that was one of the most important changes, Leverkusen did in the first half. And in the first half, honestly, West Ham played well. They were very brilliant in the first half. So I was expecting that second half, West Ham were going to continue with the firepower. They were going to press more. They were going to create more chances and be up front and be playing very well. Only for second half to start. And then Alonso took the team a bit. Brought in Frimpong. Brought in Boniface. And then the game changed. I'm telling you today, see, Frimpong today was the difference maker. Frimpong is a baller. And it's so sad that Ghana national team were not able to convince him enough to come and play for the Black Stars. And he chose Netherlands over Ghana. But this player is a baller. This player is a baller. And today, he was playing as a right wing back. And he played it to perfection. He played it to perfection. See, Frimpong is that guy. I don't want to hear it. Frimpong is that guy. He changed the game. Frimpong and Tapsoba changed the game for Bayern Leverkusen. And I felt like it was tactical change. This is what we call tactical change. And I don't blame David Moyes too much, because if you look at the changes Bayern Leverkusen brought, these are qualities. These are players who can impact games. These are key players for Bayern Leverkusen. But if you take a look at West Ham, they don't even have key players on bench. If you look at West Ham bench, they don't have squad depth. So I feel so sad for West Ham. Now, let's talk about Mohammed Kudus. Mohammed Kudus did well in that game, in my own opinion. I felt like he held his own. But there were moments in that game, I felt like Mohammed Kudus was leaving his position and clashing with other West Ham players. Mohammed Kudus would be taking ball from his own players. And I felt like, was that a tactical instruction, or is that he's too eager to, do something in the game? I felt like he was scratching with his own players on multiple occasions. But that aside, he did well. There were most times that I feel like Mohammed Kudus, created some chances, but today his crosses could have been better. And some of his decision-making would have been better in today's game, because I felt like in total, the front three really didn't help West Ham. The front three, Antonio, Bowen, and also Mohammed Kudus, really didn't help West Ham. Now, one thing that, took away the beauty of this game was bad officiating. The West Ham Bayern Leverkusen game, the referee did a bad job. I've never seen a referee this bad in my life before. This guy gave more than 12 cards in that game. More than 12 cards. So much bad decision-making from the referee. It was just so bad. And also, there were points where there was fight on the pitch, there was fight on the touchline. Players were fighting, coaches were also fighting, which made the game very interesting in my own opinion. But in all, I think West Ham being eliminated is good for them, because, going forward, looking at the fact that they don't have squad depth and everything, I didn't see what they were going to do. I felt like today they needed Paqueta the more, because Edson Alvarez wasn't giving that pass. Susek wasn't giving that pass. Ward-Prowse wasn't giving that pass. And I felt like they needed Paqueta more, because looking at the team, Mohammed Kudus wasn't even able to give those passes. Things were not moving well for them. And guys, this is my own reaction to the game. Let me know yours down below in the comments. Now let's move away from that and talk about other Black Star players who also featured today for their club side. Alexander Djiku today featured for Fenerbahce. And Fenerbahce today, they played against Olympiacos. And let me tell you, Alexander Djiku is that good. We also him at the World Cup, but today, he was that good. Good. He played so well. And you can say, player statistics in numbers and those shows you a lot. It shows you a lot. Like, look at the heat map and everything. It tells you what the player was doing on the pitch. Alexander Djiku is a different breed. I wish we had Alexander Djiku too. Because his aggressiveness he brings to the game impacts everything he does. And, Fenerbahce playing at home alone, home advantage, because in the first leg they ended in a draw. The second leg they had to do more so that they could qualify. And Alexander Djiku playing in that game and starting for, Fenerbahce was just excellent. And I just want to big him up for doing a very good job with Fenerbahce. And lastly, let's talk about PAOK and also Club Brugge. Now PAOK, they are out of the Europa Conference League because Club Brugge beats them. And then Baba Rahman played today. I think today he did well in that game, but then they were not able to put their weight up. And then Baba Rahman, you can see his player statistics here. You can see his hit map. They didn't do enough to get all 43 points to be able to qualify to the next round of the Europa Conference League. But in my own opinion, Baba Rahman put his weight. He did so well for the club side. But then as a team in total, they were not able to do what was necessary to get them to the next level. Also, Dennis Odoi played in that game. He came off the bench in the 76th minute. He came off the bench, did his bit, and helped his team win that game and qualify to the next round. So guys, this is a summary and also my reaction and analysis on Black Star players who featured today in the Europa League and also the Europa Conference League. Let me know your thoughts about Mohammed Kudus' performance, Jeremie Frimpong's goal, Baba Rahman, and also Dennis Odoi, amongst many others. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for joining me. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go bye.